to be intentional with my days, like specifically Fridays, not necessarily Saturday and Sundays, but like I can put makeup on for myself, right? I don't have to be like, I'm not going anywhere, I don't
Yeah.
need makeup. Like I like to feel better about myself. So I'm trying to like, even
Yeah.
if it's just foundation and mascara.
I love that for you.
I was influenced by Instagram for some
All
foundation.
right.
It's that Il Maquillage brand where
Oh
they're like, oh,
yeah.
it matches my skin. Bitch, it really
Oh, they
does.
like
They
put
match
it
it
like
so
they put
well.
it on.
They
Bitch,
match
I
it. And I know you don't
literally
wear
I
foundation,
like
but like
right now.
it's good.
But like I watch and I'm like, that's amazing. And I was like, no way, that's real.
It is. I was influenced and it works.
That's so amazing. I love that.
But it's also like a subscription thing. If you sign up for like the subscription, so every 4 months they send you another bottle of foundation or whatever else it is
Yeah.
that you buy. Um, so I have to see if I like it like that much. And I don't think that I would go through a bottle of foundation in 4 months, but I don't know. We'll see.
And so to me, that's like a really long time. I'm like, why wouldn't you go through a bottle in 4 months?
I don't know that I wear
But I
that
don't
much
know.
makeup. I don't know.
I,
I
I
never
don't
pay
wear
attention
foundation
to
because
that.
it
I know you
always,
don't.
to me, looks like I'm trying to cover up my
Your
freckles.
frex. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though they're like with age, they're fading and it's really depressing.
No. Yeah, but once you get in the
They
sun, it
are.
comes out.
It does, but not as much as when I was younger.
No,
Like
not like
looking
when
at
you were
pictures
younger,
of
even when
myself
I
and I'm
first.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, even when we first met.
Yep.
But also that's just damage from tanning
I
bed
was gonna say, but we also went tanning every day. So
every day. Also, like, how does one prepare to be in the sun without going to a tanning bed?
you don't. And then you're just kind of fucked. You just like do little increments in the sun at a time. I'm also seeing all this shit about like sunscreen is a scam. I'm like,
No,
what?
it's not. No,
Really?
it's
Because if I
not.
didn't wear it, it'd be a bad time.
How
So
how is sunscreen a
I
scam?
don't know. Some
Come
fucking I
on.
saw this reel and everything that she was saying, I was like, you're an idiot. And then people were
Right.
like going
I
at
can't
her in the
stand
comments.
people. That well, yeah, and then the same way that people were posting a week ago, 39 days, the sun sets at 7. No, the fuck it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
People just make shit up and put it on the
They do.
internet.
I want to be like, at January 29th, the sun will set at 5 p.m.
I was gonna say, isn't
We
it not till
gotta,
like May that we go to like
we got
7 p.m.?
a, we got a long way to go. No,
Yeah.
it'll be in March sometime because of the time change that it'll
Why
go.
do I
Like it
always
gives
think
us,
time change happens in May? I
I
was like
don't know,
surprised
because it's
last
your
year.
fucking
I
birthday,
know, but
your birthday month.
I
Or is it?
swear
I really like, is it like the week of your birthday and shit? I'm pretty positive. It's just stupid.
when we're out of town, we're just gonna be fucked.
Yeah. It's the weekend before your birthday.
Is it really?
May 10th.
March
Yes.
10th? March 10th.
March 10th. The fuck? Now you got me doing it. March 10th. Yeah, March 10th, daylight savings time.
Also, why does it feel like my balcony door is completely open? I just had the biggest draft come over here.
Because we
Cool.
live in a place where the air hurts our face.
Cool. Awesome.
Speaking of your birthday,
Speaking of my birthday,
you like that segue? That was
that
smooth as
was
shit.
so good. It's like we're professionals or something.
Speaking of your birthday, today we're gonna talk about when to pivot, right? Pivot.
Babette.
And pivot. Pivot. Maybe I'll go watch that to like not I was gonna say cheer myself up, but I don't need to be cheered up. I just
No,
feel
but it'll make you
overwhelmed.
laugh and
But
it'll just like,
yeah, but like the second I get into my to-do list, I'll feel fine.
yeah.
I'm just like, what to do? And it's like, bitch, no, you actually don't. You made up all of the shit on your to-do list. It's real. Like it's because I found out some stuff about Olaplex today that I'm like damaging my hair on
Shut
purpose,
up.
basically.
It's
Yeah,
not
you're
good for
not
you?
supposed to it is good for you, but like as a treatment, not like as an
Oh,
everyday
like an
shampoo. And
everyday.
I've been using it twice a week for the past fucking year. And that's why my fucking hair, that's an extension. Like that's why my hair is like fucking breaking up. These aren't layers, bitch. These are it's breakage.
Sure.
I'm like, oh my fucking God. And then I was gonna take my hair out right before we go to
Cayman.
Disney for
Oh,
self-stay.
Disney.
And I was no, not Cayman. Oh my God, I can't be on a beach already. Pale as fuck and a bald biddy. I can't do that. My self-esteem will never recover. So I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? And I was gonna take my hair out before we go to Disney, and then now I'm like, well, you're gonna be bald as
No,
fuck. Like
you're
you
not.
can't. Bitch, yes, I will be. I will be. I will be. Wait till I do my move up February 2nd. I'll take a picture without my hair and bitch, I'm bald.
Bitch, I've known you without
Bald.
hair for 10 years, so you're not bald.
Bald. But
It's
had a
because you're
Facebook
used to
memory.
this, which is not real.
No, I had a Facebook memory. It is real. Don't say that about my hair.
It's real
No,
hair, but it's not yours.
I, no, I was joking. It is definitely not real hair. I like not real. I had a Facebook memory. I had a Snapchat memory of like me coming back blonde last year, and I was
Mhm.
like, oh my god, my hair was so much fucking longer than it is right now.
But did you
Breakage
cut it?
City. Yeah, because all the ends were fucking dead.
Because I feel like you
I
did
haven't.
do like not a drastic
Yeah,
cut, but like a cut last
it
year.
was like 4 inches because I was like, Mom, fucking
Yes, I
chop
do
it.
remember that. Okay.
I look sick as shit, and
Hmm.
I was gonna do that when we took the extensions out. I was gonna cut my hair like to like here,
Hmm.
like right above my shoulders, just to do another dramatic chop, and then when I put this hair back in fall, cut it so that it looks
Hmm.
like whatever. I feel nauseous. Anyways, I tried to put. We'll get to your birthday in a second. I tried to put blend eggs with cottage cheese to like make more like protein. Bitch.
The way that that makes me want to throw up and I didn't even eat it. What the
I'm
fuck?
literally gonna gag.
Oh, oh my God. I can't. Nope.
Bitch, I literally was like, I blended it in a blender because I mixed cottage cheese.
Not.
And I tell you, when I tell you, I was like, I first mixed
I
it
am wondering.
together. I mixed it together and I was like, mouth is watering. So sick. I was like, it's gonna be fine. Like, I definitely need more protein. I'm so sick of protein shakes. I'm like, if I have another protein shake, I'm gonna like, I was like, so I'm gonna do this, right? And I was like, this texture is not it. Not it. I was like, and I got rid of it, right? So today I was like, okay, bitch, because I was working out and I was like, I'm just so fucking hungry. I'm so hungry right now. Right? And I was like, perfect. I'm gonna blend it so it's smooth, right? When I put when I put it in the pan, I was like, where's all this water coming from? It's a fucking wrap. Shut it down. I was like, oh. And I was like, no, it's okay. You can still eat it. Like, don't waste your
Wait,
gluten-free
does
sourdough
it
bread.
make it like scrambled eggs? Is that what it was supposed to be like?
And that's what I was trying to do.
Okay.
I'm kind of like moving it around the pan, but it just
Yeah.
kind of looked curdled. And I was like,
Ugh.
bitch. And I took a bite. Like I put it on. I got my avocado toast. I was like, it's gonna be good.
I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
I literally was like, hype woman, you can do this. Bitch, I took a bite and I was like, it's okay. I was like, it's fine, guys. Keep eating. When
Oh
I
my
tell you,
God.
I was like,
Ugh. Nope.
I got halfway through. I was like, run it away. No.
And as somebody who used to enjoy cottage cheese and eggs, just the sound of those two things together, no. Oh God, I'm
Not
crying.
together. Yeah, let me be very clear. I love both separately,
Yeah,
right? Eggs can sometimes be too eggy though. Like
sure.
sometimes eggs are a bit much, right? You can't just be cracking 3 eggs and eating it. Like you got to figure it. I mean, there's a ratio, right?
Yeah.
And I can't do egg whites in a carton.
No, because it looks
Like
like
if I think
nope.
too much, yeah, if I think too much about it, I'm like, that's not.
Uh, that's not what my mind goes to, but like,
Well, yeah, it also looks like sperm too. But I'm
Yeah.
literally then I'm like, how many babies are there? Like I just can't. So, and I love cottage cheese. Cottage cheese by itself, I fucking love.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. And if you're a cottage cheese hater, see yourself out. Like
Yeah.
I love cottage cheese. I can't do them together. I literally second time, that's a wrap. No third time's a charm here. It's
No.
a wrap.
Mm-mm.
We'll never do it again.
Nope.
So I had another protein shake. I made a s'mores protein shake, and I was like, hmm.
So far, the one that I bought, that Isopure one that I sent you, that's like the what is it called? I forget.
Whatever.
Whatever it's called, it doesn't matter. But like they try to take out as much lactose as possible because that's
Mm.
why I can't have a lot of protein because of the milk that's in it. Okay, first of all,
Mm-hmm.
it tastes like trash. Like it's not good. It
Garbage
doesn't
water.
kind of, but I just like chug it because I'm like, okay, if I just chug it, it's 25 grams of protein.
Yeah.
It's fucking fine.
Yeah.
It's
Same.
fine.
Same.
And I'll do it like while I'm working out because I'm already thirsty. So it's like
Yeah.
serving a purpose, but I don't know. We'll see.
I do that shit all the time with like protein shakes. I mix it with the least amount of liquid as possible because I'm like,
Yeah.
if I fucking have to have another goddamn protein shake, but I have to because I have to have a lot of protein because I'm training for that half.
Hmm.
So I'm like, you gotta fucking get it down, bitch. So this morning I was like, I put too much milk in here. I was like, it's taking too long. It's taking too long. And that's the thing that upsets me. It's like first couple of sips, I'm like, yeah, this is so delish. Tastes just because it's a gluten-free s'mores one. I'm like, tastes just like a Granny crack. Love
Hmm.
it. Third sip in, I'm like, ooh,
Well, I've
ooh.
tried so
my
many
my
vegan ones
brain
too, and they're
immediately switched. Oh
disgusting.
no. Nope, they keep getting thicker as you
And
as
they
it
make my
sits.
stomach bloat like crazy. I'm like, what are
No.
my options
What
here?
is
I
in
don't have a
this?
whole lot.
What's in this?
Correct. What is in this for real? Yeah, but the aftertaste, bleh, no.
Blech. The only good gluten-free vegan one I have found is Bomar Nutrition's chocolate coconut almond protein.
Oh,
It's very good, but it gets thicker as it sits. And it like gets to a point, but it's like real viscous
yeah.
going down the hatch. And I'm like,
Uh-uh.
no, no,
Because then you're gonna
you're
get like
liquid.
that frothy, bleh, nope.
Well, like, and I mix it with water when I'm at work just to get
Yeah.
it down. And I'm like, you're supposed to be thin. What is in here?
Ugh.
What's happening? Anyways, so back to what we originally wanted to talk about.
Back to my birthday, guys. It's also T minus 2 months from today, my
Yeah, what a
actual
fucking
birthday.
segue.
Right.
It is.
Hmm.
How exciting.
Yeah.
Oh. So, Habit, we've talked about pivoting in the past before. And we wanted to talk about it today. And it's kind of shown up in other ways too, is like I was talking with Steph before we started recording of like feeling like, do I need to get to the bottom of like why helplessness in other people triggers me so much? I think it lightly using the word trigger. Like I'm not like
Yes.
like why does it create such a reaction in me, I guess is the
Yep.
better way to say it, instead of like trigger being a buzzword and whatever. Because I still can go about my fucking day,
Correct.
like, so I think what it comes down to is there's times in life where shit isn't going to go the way that we want it to or be the way that we want it to, right?
Hmm.
And we have to learn to fucking move around and pivot, because the thing is like you being upset about the shit that is presently going on isn't going to change the fact that that's where you are in that moment.
Correct. It's not going to make that thing go away.
It's not going to make it any better. Do not, as somebody who's struggled with sleep their entire life, me getting upset about the fact that I struggle with sleep isn't going to change the fact that I struggle with sleep.
Hmm.
Do I think that sometimes the feelings can be are a motivator, right? I say your
Sure.
feelings are a data point. It's trying to tell you something. Yeah, absolutely. It has gotten to a point now in my life right now, like where it's motivating me to not drink as much and or just at all, because sleep is that important to me now as I
Hmm.
get older.
Yep.
Of being like, I can't have
Especially as
this. And
women.
don't get exactly, and don't get me wrong. I mean, we're day 19, no alcohol, and I still am getting like the like what was it? Wednesday? Wednesday I got up at 2:30 in the morning because I had to run on third. No. Yeah, Wednesday I got up at 2:30 in the morning and was up until like 5:15, and then um fell back asleep until 7 something. So like it's still happening, right?
Hmm.
It's still like it's not like alcohol was the only thing. But that frustration about not being able to get sleep is pushing me to look at different things in my life and like reevaluate things and change things and pivot, right? Because I'm
Hmm.
looking at the things that I can control, what is within my control, what I eat, when I go to bed, how I go to bed, what my sleep schedule looks like. those things are within my control. Whether or not I actually fall asleep and stay asleep, that's not within my control. That's my body doing just what it's designed to do.
Mhm.
So it's about pivoting, right? I can't change the fact that where I'm at is where I'm at, but I absolutely can change my fucking attitude about it.
Correct.
That's absolutely within my control. So when Steph and I were talking about her 40th birthday and what she wants to do, I wanted to honor whatever she wanted to do because it's her 40th birthday. It's not my fucking birthday. I
Well, and
don't
let's
even know what
preface
I
this
want to
by
do.
saying I asked you last year, can we go on a
Yes,
trip for my birthday? And you were like, yes, absolutely. So my initial thought was like,
got my
I'm
life.
turning fucking 40. I want to go out of
Yeah.
the country. I don't even have a passport. Like, I want to make this huge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come April 15th, and I got my taxes back, and I was like, I'm never gonna be able to go on vacation for the rest of my life because I owe the
Yeah.
government $10,000. Immediately catastrophized. So I was like, well, take out of the
Yeah.
country, out of the fucking equation because ain't no way. Right.
Yeah.
So that was like
Yeah.
starting point number one of like, okay, well then do I pivot and choose something in the United States, or am I going to be a crybaby about it and be like, I'm not going to do anything because I can't go out of the country? I could have very easily sat there, very easily.
Well, and I feel like I don't know what's going on right now. I feel like it was like I literally am like fucking car starting. Okay, get it together. I feel like there I feel like there was some of that in the beginning, right? Because I was saying
Hmm.
like I can find us a cheap all-inclusive in Mexico. No problem. Like I can find us something cheap as fuck, flights, everything. And you were like, well, I don't want to go to Mexico. Fine.
Yes.
Fucking fine. It's your birthday. I don't give a shit what we do. I
Yeah.
just want you to know that like traveling is going to be expensive. Like traveling as much as I have in the past 2 years has really opened my mind to be like, okay, there's a lot that goes into traveling to figuring out
Sure.
how to make it work for you. And so then when we were talking about possibly going when we got to the point of like, okay, we're not going to go out of town, go out of the country, we'll go to Scottsdale because
Hmm.
you have a friend who lives there. They were going to let us stay in their place for free. And so I was like, okay, flights and car. Okay, no problem. Well, at first we weren't sure about a car, but then later I knew that we needed to have a car. And then here's the thing. I guess too, we just never talked about like breaking down like what it was actually going to cost,
Sure.
right? And I think that's just a new thing for you and I. We don't travel together, so we
Hmm.
don't break that down. That's something that I do with my other stuff a lot of like, okay, what's our game plan? Like, what's our budget? What are the things that we want to do? And then how are we going to break that down? Because that's how it makes it easy and manageable for me of like breaking it down into like a weekly or a monthly savings thing so that it doesn't like if I have to save $1,200, I don't want to look at $1,200. I want to
Correct.
look at that I need to save $20 a week.
Yep.
That is way more fucking manageable for me than looking at, oh, I need to save $1,200. That makes me want to vomit. Like,
Correct.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So I didn't even think in my mind to do that for you right away, to be like,
Hmm.
okay, realistically, this is what our budget's going to look like. So then when we sat down and did that, it was kind of like an eye-opening thing of like, look, this is what flights are looking like.
Hmm.
300 bare minimum for each of us is what it's going to be because it's the weekend of fucking spring training, which
Hmm.
both of us did not know
Yep.
out in Arizona. It's like we leave 2 days earlier and it was like $96 cheaper. I was like, go to straight to hell. Go
Yeah.
straight to hell. Anyways, and then it was getting to the point where we hadn't booked the flights yet and they weren't dropping.
Hmm.
And then the flights were being soaked up where there was only like when we were about to book and it still wasn't cheap, there was only one return flight left.
And it was a shit ass time.
6:45 a.m., meaning we'd have to get up on that Sunday on vacation bare minimum 3:30
Yep.
a.m. to return the rental car and all those things because then we found out we needed to have a rental car. It was a whole fucking thing. So again, we had to pivot.
Hmm.
And I think that and like I knew that, but then I also had that moment too of like we're very good friends and can be very open with each other.
Hmm.
But I also didn't want to be that person who was like, Steph, we're just trying to make something fucking work, right? I
Sure.
was like nervous about it because it's your 40th and I wanted to be I wanted it to be this big giant thing
Yeah.
and whatever, but realistically it was like, dude, like we're trying to force a fucking square peg into a round hole.
Yep.
Like it's just not working and we're both getting frustrated.
Yep. Well, and let's be clear, we looked at Scottsdale and then we had a place to stay, right? Like we looked at other places and like no place was inexpensive to travel in March. right? I
None,
don't want to go to
none.
Florida. I'm not a fan of Florida. I wanted to be kind of someplace warm. Then we thought about going to like to the mountains, and even that was like there just wasn't
So expensive. Yeah.
an inexpensive option. And here's the other part, and I'm gonna be real honest, and Mari already knows this. I have waited till like July to go on my vacation for my birthday? Sure. Did I want to? No, because then it doesn't feel like a birthday trip to me. I was very
Mhm.
like, I
Mhm.
want this to be for my birthday. Like I turned 40
Yeah.
once. I want it to be around my birthday so it feels like I'm celebrating my birthday, not just like going on a
Yeah.
trip in summer. And I know that that probably
Yeah.
sounds like a fucking crybaby bitch thing, but that's just what I wanted it to be. And we were both so busy that moving the dates wasn't really an option. My mom's birthday is the
Yeah.
next weekend. Mari's birthday is in May, but she's also going to Florida. Like there was just it was not
Yeah.
feasible. We weren't moving it up to fucking
Moving it, yeah.
February.
Yeah, moving it around to your to be a little bit closer, like moving it around in March wasn't feasible.
Yeah.
Moving it later was, but again, like you said, if that's the one thing you want to hold on to, fine. You
Yep.
want it to be around your birthday time, fine. I'm happy that we then were able to compromise on all the other things too, of
Yep.
like, okay, if we're gonna fly, then we need to be able to possibly fly out sooner, or we need to fly out
Hmm.
later. Like, wait, like it was like there's gonna have to be some things we have to fucking
Yep.
give on, because it's just not feasible if we're
Yep.
trying to make the most of everything. Which I'm glad that eventually we just both came to. I realized it way before, but I didn't want to be the person who was like,
You're
"We're
very
not
adamant of
fucking
like
doing your
it's your
birth."
birthday.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
yeah,
make that decision for
right.
you.
And I can't because I know me. And I know if somebody was like, Mari, it's not gonna work. I'd be like, I'm gonna make it work. Like, like I don't tell me what I can and cannot
Yeah,
do. But then realistically, it's like, well, your own stubbornness is just getting in the way of things. So
sure.
I'm glad that we were able to have that realization of like, okay, how can we make this money that we've already saved and this time that we're taking off work for us? And we are. We're gonna
Hmm.
go on and it's gonna be so much fun.
I'm
We're
excited.
gonna go on. I'm so excited, bitch. Like I feel like this is way back in Arizona.
Yeah.
'Cause then I was
We're
like,
doing
is
a
it
bunch
even
of
gonna be
stuff.
right? I was like, is it even gonna be warm out? Like I think that it's our first time vacationing together,
Yeah.
and we are very opposites, but like that's why we attract. But also that's different when you're in seven, not 7 days, what, but 24/7 quarters with each
Yeah.
other. Of like, I can rest by a pool with the best of them,
Hmm.
but after like a day and a half, I'm like, are we gonna leave, or is this just what it's gonna be? Like we're never going. Like, what are we gonna do?
Aren't
Like,
I more like
what
Steph though, where I'm like, I'm a sleeper and you're like, I'm up at 6 a.m. on vacation, where she's like, I'll get up at noon.